Sanbonani, good evening. Goeienaand ndimadekwana budi molweni and hey tada. Igama ngingupho wakwashongwe Mzansi. Welcome to the biggest night of the season where we will crown the ultimate winner for One Day Leader Season 6. We are coming to you live from our studios in Randburg, Johannesburg. On tonight's show, it's winner takes all, and the fate of our finalists will rest on our judges, our studio audience, and you, the viewer at home. Our voting lines are officially open, so get ready to vote for your favorite leader by SMSing their number to 32672. Our finalists are going to be debating the issue of black tax tonight, the unspoken duty of sharing your salary with your parents and extended family members, leaving you with nothing to save. What are your thoughts, South Africa, on this issue? Join the conversation by visiting our Facebook page, One Day Leader SA, to share your comments on the topic. Also, check out our Twitter page at One Day Leader, and remember to keep us trending at #OneDayLeader6. But before we meet our two finalists, we're going to rewind the clock and take you back to the beginning of their journey when they first arrived. Let's take a look at this. Well, we'll certainly be taking a look back at our contestants' journeys from where they started to where they are now. It's certainly been a big responsibility for them to carry the brunt of true leadership, coming to face to face with the very people they were leading. South Africa, we now stand right here with the cream of the crop who are ripe and ready to be your leaders. Let me introduce you to our finalists tonight. Sibonisile Ngubane, also known as Leader 5. Good evening.
Good evening, Pearl.
For the last time this season, your vision statement, please.
My grandmother tells me of a South Africa where umuntu was umuntu ngabantu, where it was kindness and not political affiliation that ruled the land. Wealth and success can conquer nothing if we have lost our humanity. It begins and ends with us. Maibuye iAfrika, #I was born for this.
And now we meet Zongezile Qeba, who is our second finalist, and he's known as Leader 6. Good evening. Your vision statement, please.
Thank you very much, Pearl. South Africa, I am my village's last hope. I am a representative of the majority that seeks to abandon poverty. I am a voice of the voiceless from the villages and the rural areas. I'm a voice for the landless and an ear for those who have been constantly crying for education. South Africa, please join me and chance for change.
Thank you very much, leaders. Mzansi, as promised, we will now take a look back at these two formidable leaders' journeys. Take a look at this, Mzansi. The day has finally arrived. One Day Leader Season 6 is back on SABC 1 Mzansi for sure.
When I got into the top 20, I told myself, if I get into that top 20, naganjani, I'll be in the top 6.
When they told me that I made it to the top 6, it was a very amazing moment for me.
So I was very happy. And I appreciated the moment.
I think I had mixed feelings. I didn't know what I was excited for, I didn't know what it was going to be like.
I was happy. It was a dream come true.
Good day, leaders. Our theme this week is social media.
It has been such a super amazing journey.
I don't know how we're gonna help them, but I really hope we don't this doesn't just end as a story and we haven't made a difference here.
I'm hurt by the situation.
This is a very difficult task.
The show is really not about debating.
Women who are actually receiving social grant have better access to having better quality jobs.
Let me take you back to a very important point.
In the employment
what we found when we spoke to Mampinki is that she's taking a great amount of this money to pay for funeral policies. And I stood here on this podium on the brands debate and I said there's a huge problem with people busy taking up money to pay for funeral policies when this money should be buying clothes and uniforms for children. These children go to bed on empty stomachs. How can you say in this particular instance it is working?
Everyone needs to collect.
Everyone needs to
talk about those issues.
Everyone needs
He's the
that's what
writer.
I'm
He
saying.
needs to write books to talk about those issues.
We cannot exclude the government. We cannot exclude
Government is doing that.
We cannot exclude the entertainment.
My debate with Bheki, because he's like it was so charged, and I felt really challenged.
Which stats?
Sasa
answer me. What's that? No. So what's Sasa stats? What do they say exactly?
They are saying,
you're not answering the question,
I'm answering that they're empowering our people.
You're not. You're talking.
The Sibonisile asked me a question and I froze.
Sasilele vele thina la ekhaya kusebusuku. Bakuzofika abantu bangena abantu abayi3. Ubaphethe isibhamu. Waba ukuthi bamthatha ke ngoba babangikhombe ngesibhamu. Bangipressele phansi ke bamthatha. Abaceda ke baphuma bayangale kwelinye room. Bathatha lo unkosikhona.
What kind of human being does that? I mean, where do you get the audacity to do something like that?
I think the worst thing about this is it's done with the person alive.
Thank you very much, and I'm very excited on stage. My worst moment. I was just like, is this happening to me? Even watching that debate, I was so emotionally conflicted. I was like, okay, NC always wins. They must win. But now Leader 3 is representing me, and they're the EFF. It was just the worst moments, emotions, everything was just like.
Unfortunately, Leader 4 and Leader 3, we bid you farewell tonight. Thank you so much for having been a part of this journey with us.
Hi guys, this is Philasande, leader number 2. Gonan Kola had a medical condition of which I thought it was taken care of. But unfortunately, last week, he had a face, and I have to leave the show.
The one person I really wish was here to see all of this is my mom. So this woman was absolutely everything to me. And when she passed away 4 years ago, I didn't know that, there would come a point in my life when I'd need her so much. Because everything that I have accomplished is because of her hard work. I'm only here today because of her. And I really hope that wherever she is, she's very proud of me. And she's seeing everything that I've done.
You will have 30 seconds to give us an opening statement, and then you will have 60 seconds to really engage on the topic, and then the remaining 30 seconds to whoever opened the statement. We are about to get into our debate. Mzansi, the journey would be incomplete if we did not mention the 2 people who played a crucial role in their rise to the top. Please welcome our resident judges. They are Catherine Constantinides, an environmentalist, entrepreneur, social activist, and executive director of Miss Earth SA, and Debo Kgoditseho, entrepreneur, public relations guru, and founder of Read a Book South Africa. Let's give them a warm welcome. With us in studio for this epic finale is also our guest judge for this episode. But before we get to that, let's first welcome our other guests who are sitting in the audience tonight. Ludokazi Ndlazi from season 4. Sakile Mgadi from season 5 was a semi-finalist. And Lebo Mpela, who was a season 5 runner-up. Also joining us as our guest judge is the executive chairperson of the NYDA, our proud sponsor and supporter, Mr. Sfiso Mthweni. Welcome. Tebogo, let me come to you for quick comments before we get underway. You've been with our leaders for the past 13 weeks. You've seen how they've grown from that first episode when they came in as part of the top 20. How has your journey been like with them, and how have you seen them progress and grow?
Well, it's been an extraordinary journey. I'm watching Zongezile and Sibonisile rise to the top echelons of One Day Leader. And I think what's very important for us to emphasize is on One Day Leader, there are no losers. If you look at who we have in our audience, the likes of Bhekisisa, Gugulethu, they are also going to become great leaders in future. So I think it is all about currently you are standing before us to show us how you have managed to rise to the occasion. And I think what I want to tell you and really emphasize is that you must always bring your A game, because there is always somebody waiting to make the most of what you have taken for granted. So that is the advice I have for you today.
Thank you very much, Tebogo, for those words. Well, Mzansi, let's now hear from someone who's been a mentor to our two leaders. Tabang, you're in the audience. What can you share with us about the journey that you've seen with our leaders?
Thank you, Pearl. I think most importantly, these are my eagles. And I'd often say that every eagle marvels at any storm because they know that that is the appointed time to soar to the highest altitude. I've seen them let go of their wings and rely on the pressure of the storm to rise even higher. With Zongezile being a think tank, if there's one person who always said thank you just for walking with me, it was that boy. And that's somebody that I will never forget. You know, just from debates, he would say, what's your insight? And would break it down and would criticize and then build it back up again. So the appreciation for me and the ability to listen, he's got such a teachable spirit, and that, my son, is going to take you very far. Sibonisile, she's my punkinas, she knows. Never have I met such a young person who is so authentic and not afraid to be herself. She has used her conviction. She has used her own inner peace to structure her debates. And she's not deterred. You know, she's so focused. She knows how to challenge particular questions. And even in the preparation, so much insight from her. So beautiful characters, both of them.
Thank you very much, Tabang. And then I'll come to you, Chairperson. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I mean, the NYDA really backs the youth in so many initiatives. This, our show, One Day Leader, being one of them. Why is this so important to the organization?
Well, thank you very much, Mashongwe. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the two leaders. I think we're very proud of the strides that the show has actually taken over the many years. I think one of the things that South Africa has is talent in abundance, is potential in abundance. But probably what we need is something to harness that particular potential, something to create a pedestal that says that South Africa is not all bad. Here are leaders, here are young leaders who not only have a great vision for the country, but they are willing to go the extra mile. They are willing to contribute, you know, in a better way. And I think as the NYDA, we're very proud to be part of this partnership, and this partnership will continue for a very long time to come.
Chairperson, thank you very, very much. Nizwele Mzansi, South Africa indeed is not all that bad. It's time for us to take a quick break. When we return, we look at what our leaders have achieved beyond the boundaries of the state. Stay tuned. Mphindile namukele kwi-One Day Leader, the show that aims to discover new leadership talent to change the status quo. I'm excited to be here tonight because we will be crowning our One Day Leader champion for this season. The winner stands to win a grand prize of 300,000 Rand, courtesy of the NYDA. Mzansi, great leadership is not selfish, or is it self-centered? Great leaders are selfless. That is the mission statement behind the show's legacy project, where our leaders learn and demonstrate servitude for a worthy cause. This year, our contestants gave their energy and time to the community of Dennisville in the Free State to make a difference. The project was conceived and led by the leaders, and this is what they accomplished. Take a look.
Dennisville for our legacy project. So the legacy project is essentially a project that was organized and planned by all 6 of us. What we did was we identified a need in Dennisville where we realized that we need to assist the children there. So we decided to help a crash called Refente. So we brought stuff that they need, and we also bought a container because they didn't have one in the beginning when they started the crash.
What we wanted to do as One Day Leader Season 6 is to plant a seed of hope and most importantly, show them that life gets better and there's so much more fun that young people can have from you know, the establishment of their development. So reading is important, books are important, and that is exactly what we're here to preach. And most importantly, kids should have fun.
And then Kreche Retimuluti last year, August. And then Kina the founder ya the soup kitchen at Dennisville Le Kreche. Ya reference.
The spirit was so high. Everyone was so excited to see us. We then gave them the things that we'd come with and all the donations that we had gotten.
We've encouraged them to really work on their center so that more kids can come here and get a proper education. We've supplied them with stationery, with books, which are very important for developmental stages, the formative years of learning. So I'm very grateful that we're able to give back to the community in this way.
Matsata ne rena lona. Ke gore re tsimolotse last year ka August. Ever since up until now, any sponsors are anything. So and bananas especially like Basub Kitchen. So sometimes more than Dijoter. Crèche. Oya grade R or Oya school on grade 1. As I crèche at all. So grade 1. Wa fail because how na anything.
Ana le bona ba thabile ba bona fela ba thabile yona ba thabetse se etsahalang le hore ba tlo ba monana ba tlo ba le crash.
Ke leboa sehlopha sa One Day Leader se tlileng ka jeno mona re teng khotsa o tlo thusa bana ba sokolang le a bona ka mona ka thamba ku bega ka mo re dulang ha o hantle.
Like for a very long time, in the dream, I wanna into a give at Langeta, but Nick is not match. I will feel, but now give you our Gemumyago. Utlo Bulecha is a can. Yalabuka, One Day Leader. le everyone who contributed to our day. Ka leboga gagolo. Ke itumetse, a ke tsebe nka etsa jwang, but I'm very happy. Thank you.
Well, our leaders have certainly done well. I'd like to bring in Terence, who played a big role in contributing to our legacy project this year. Tell us about your passion for giving back and just your parting words to our leaders as they go forward in their journey.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. I come from a background that says there's nothing like a self-made man. We all reach the top by the help of others, and that's where we are driven as the Lead Mesaliju movement, and mostly known as Ukuluva in a Suit. And when the request came to us to assist the community of Dennisville and Sasobek, we're happy to do so. And also, as you saw, the WHO Gift of the Givers, we called on other stakeholders that we work with to help us make sure that that dream becomes very possible. And I'm seriously emotional right now because I had to leave early on that day to get out with my colleagues here, and I'm glad that I also have the chairperson of the NYDA who's also my leader. I learned from the NYDA. I'm a product of the NYDA, but most importantly, to tell to the competitors there is that none of you is going to be a loser. You're just competitors, and one is going to become a winner. So we take pride in you, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Terence. Well, aside from engaging in community service, our leaders also participated in activities which connected them with the outside world to challenge their beliefs, shake off their habits, and have a bit of fun. Every great leader always looks for ways to improve. That is exactly what our leaders expose themselves to in their outreach initiatives. Let's have a look.
Over and above tackling various social ills affecting our communities, the 6 leaders were also invited to different platforms to share their experiences. One such platform was SABC 1's Yo TV.
Our 100 points team.
Yes.
Guys, how good are your cooking skills?
She is very good in the house.
Okay, you good? What about you?
I mean, I'm putting dishes.
Washing dishes. Washing dishes. And yes.
Don't forget.
Oh, what about you? Out of 10?
I'm barely surviving.
I don't even eat eggs. So we've got 1 cook, 1 dishwasher, and 1 survivor. We'll have to see how the combination works.
Still learning?
You're still learning?
Speak for yourself.
You're a 9 out of 10, so you can cook. You can cook, and what about you, Kile?
Hey man, this is like my second nature, cooking.
So in this team, we've got a cooker, and a still learner.
The 6 contenders also went to Power FM to share their thoughts on Mzansi's social and political landscape.
Gugulethu, what's your assessment of the last 24 years from a human rights point of view?
I think that we still have a very, very long way to go. I don't want to say that, you know, we're not progressing, but I have to say that there's more that needs to be done. There definitely is more that needs to be done.
In Firdwal, when I was born, there was no water. Go to Firdwal even today, there's still no water.
They're on day 0 already.
We have that every day. In Cape Town, now it was made a national issue.
Yes. Are young people hopeful, or do you sense that they are losing hope about the potential of the future of this country?
Young people are angry. I'm angry, and rightfully so.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the progress we have made economically because our people are still not employed. Our people are staying in the shacks.
I've been to clinics before, public clinics. You get there at 5 o'clock, you end up going home at around 3 o'clock. I mean, there's not much progress we've done, you know, so I think we still got a long way to go.
There's a quote I read on Facebook that said, black men are the white people of black women.
Sure, serious.
Borrow my body for a day as a woman and you will know what it is like.
What you've just said now says you don't feel safe at all.
I don't. If you and I were to walk out of here, who would be more scared?
Well, next up, our finalists will go head-to-head for the last debate this season. Do stay tuned. Bazoyishubisa. We'd like to call our theme this week, Economics 101. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sibonisile, Derrick. Calling the Zulu girl, take one. Thank you.
You're so evil.
I get the point. Yeah.
My heel got stuck.
What got stuck?
My heel got stuck.
What's it so good?
I fell on the chair. Oh, like a camera action lights. Oh, just move. Whoa, okay.
Well, those were some light-hearted moments enjoyed by our leaders and the rest of the team this season. Finalist we One Day Leader, the show that grooms young leaders through debates to become the leaders of tomorrow. We now move on to the most important part of this evening, the final showdown between the best of the best one-day leaders this season. Well, leaders, this is your final shot to impress. You know the rules. Everything you've done has culminated into this here moment. So give it your best shot and may the best man or woman win. Leader 5, we start with you. You have 30 seconds.
A young professional would not have to worry about their mother's medical bills or their cousin's school bills if we had adequate and quality health care and quality education, free education that is not just limited to the urban areas. Black tax is not a family matter. It is a national crisis that is holding Black South Africans back. We need to build our own thriving township and rural community and rural economy that is thriving and that is also accessible to all those.
Thanks, Leader 5. Time's up. Leaders, you have 60 seconds.
Sibonisile, I actually want to tell you that it is actually a family matter because the people that you give your money to are family, not just anybody. So when you say
55.5% of South Africans are living in poverty, 46.6% of those are Black South Africans. This is not a family matter.
It is.
No.
Who is the
I'm
money
saying
going
it's
to?
not just a family matter. It looks at our economy.
But how do we solve it as families? Let's speak about the families before we talk about national.
Let's start with the basis. Healthcare, our kids and young professionals would not need to spend this money.
For the families,
the solution is this.
If
we have a thriving economy in our townships and in our rural areas, our students and our young professionals would be able to transfer skills, not just money to better their community.
Black family
if you
ensure
on
that black
entrepreneurial skills, you know what you do? You buy your grandmother seeds to start a garden. You buy your mother or your cousin marbles to sell at the house, and you're teaching them how to create wealth from right.
Thank you very much, leaders. Time's up.
From the government.
You have the remaining 30 seconds, Leader 5.
Land tax is not the disease, it is the symptom of an unjust society that we live in. Land reform, owning the means of production, eradicating unemployment, corruption are key in fighting the heavy burden of black tax. Young professionals must transfer their entrepreneurial skills to black communities, not just money. They must teach them how to create wealth from right where they are. So give and teach your young cousin how to make money. Teach them how to sustain themselves right where they are. But government also needs to step in.
Time is up. Thank you very much, Leader 5. The tables are now turned. Leader 6, you have 30 seconds.
Thank you. South Africa, we need to understand that black tax is an African principle that we've been using for years and it has benefited us. The bigger problem here is the mismanagement of it. We need to learn financial literacy so that we make strategic investments within our families. It has to be driven by collective ownership. We need to start generating strategic wealth. We need to have family trust. We need to start having family businesses. We have to have education trust funds. This principle also is not only used by black people, it's used by every single race. It's just that with us...
Time's up. Thank you very much, Leader 6. Leader 5. Leader 5. Remember the rules of engagement. You now have 60 seconds to engage.
But who is struggling from black tax? You're saying
Listen.
it covers all races. And again, I go back to the fact that
No, I'm not saying it covers all races. Listen, I didn't say it covers all races. I said it's a principle that is used by all races. And my solutions to that, what do you mean I can't? No, we're talking about somebody who has just had money in the family, now they have to give it back. And I'm saying to you that the problem with that is the mismanagement of it. So we need to have collective ownership. So as families, if we have collective ownership, right, that's going to assist us to empower ourselves. Hence, I suggested that you should start having family businesses. In fact, a lot of families, a lot of businesses started
without
KFC. KFC. What do you mean how?
What do you mean KFC?
Look, if I am educated, after I graduate, I'm going to start earning a certain amount of money. So instead of me feeding my family, listen, instead of me feeding my family, I need to teach them. You're not listening. That's the problem. That's the problem. You're not listening. You're speaking.
I'm just disagreeing with you, but I am listening.
No, you're not listening. What is it?
Time's up. Thank you very much, leaders.
I'm disagreeing.
Thank you very much. Leader 6, you have the remaining 30 seconds.
So we need to understand that we can't constantly feed our families. We need to also teach them how to make their own food. When one person invests their money into the family, the other one has to offer skills. We need to start generating wealth within our families so that the future generations can inherit it and enhance it. And as I've already mentioned, that this is going to assist us with family stability. And a lot of races are doing this. The Jews are doing it. The Indians are doing it. Every single race out there is doing it. So the problem with us is the mismanagement and where
Time's up. Thank you very much, Leader 6. Catherine, I can see you jotting down some notes. I'd like to hear your thoughts on our final debate this season.
I think that this has really been an intense debate. I can feel the intensity in the room, and I think that it's really important that we acknowledge that these two young leaders have done exceptionally well. They really have stood head and shoulders above young people in our country. These are our young leaders that we can look up to. This is not an easy topic, and to debate it in 60 seconds just like that is an unfortunate thing, because I think you can unpack this and discuss it at length. Well done on this final debate.
All right, thank you very much, Catherine. Well, after the break, we hear from our leaders as to why they believe they are worthy to be crowned as the season's ultimate one-day leader. Stay with us.
One Day Leader is a very important program. I think one of the things that we've always advocated is a society of young people that are not just followers, but leaders. As you know very well, young people in this country are the most, innovative. There are people who think outside the box. There are people who always have ideas on how to take the country forward. And I think a program like this one is quite good, because it's able to grab young people from all walks of life, from all areas in the country, give them a platform, and ensure that they talk to the nation, not just to the competition itself, but every week the competition is on television. They are able to not just be in a competition, but they are able to talk to all the homes in the country to say, this is what young people are saying, and this is the future that these young people are seeing for this particular country. And this is why we've actually partnered with this show.
Welcome back to One Day Leader. That was a message from our proud sponsor, the NYDA, who play a crucial role in developing the youth of our nation. Let's now hear from our #1 fan, who is convinced about the power of this show.
My name is Nisha Varghese, and my message to this year's One Day Leader contestant is that change is equal to caring plus action. All you have to do to create change in the world and in your communities at large is to care and to act. People should watch One Day Leader because it ignites the leader in everyone. I love One Day Leader because it makes current issues personal to the ordinary South African.
Thank you very much to you, Nisha. We know you're watching for that wonderful message. It's truly inspiring to have you in our corner as our #1 supporter. Now back to the business of the day. We'd like to find out from our leaders why they believe they are worthy to wear the title of One Day Leader. Every great leader has that one speech, you know, just that one speech that they're known for. Just like Martin Luther King's speech, I have a dream. So leaders, it's your turn. South Africa is keen to hear what you're going to say. They usually say it's ladies first, but today you can chill, Wamandla. We'll start with you, Leader 6, Zongezile.
Thank you very much. South Africa, we left our villages with a choir of promises that we need to fulfill. We left our neighbors with a promise that someday we will go back and ensure that they leave the poverty pool. We are the representatives of the majority that seeks to abandon poverty. South Africa, when you vote for me, you vote for hope. When you vote for me, you vote for a leader that will constantly advocate for equal opportunities between women and men. When you vote for me, you vote for a leader that will ensure that our future leaders are credible and have the capacity to lead. I've already started planting the leadership skill through chess. I have seen miracles from what chess can do to the minds of our kids. South Africa, poverty and inequality are an injustice to humanity. And I have decided to join the leaders that are fighting against this. Bagaitsu, vote for Leader 6.
Thank you very much. It's your turn now, Leader 5.
The greatest threat to true leadership is the ego. It is the idea that you are separate from those you lead. I stand here as a representative of you. I am a mere mouthpiece to your dreams, your hopes, your struggles, and your weaknesses, but I want to be a leader and one day the president of a South Africa that dreams bigger. I want to be a leader to a South Africa that manufactures over 90% of its own resources, that uplifts its women, that does not tread on the dignity of its men, that is not led through just politics but kindness and ubuntu. And by standing here, I have already won, you have already won, because the fight does not end here. We are moving forward. We are showing that we have capacity to lead and to conquer and to be a country that the rest of the world will look at and ask, how did you do it? Vote for me because we can create a better South Africa, not just one day leader, together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, you heard what our leaders have to say. Let me take a moment to speak to the chairperson. Are you convinced? Are you convinced by them?
Very powerful. They remind me of my time also, you know. I was quite fierce like that. But I think we're very proud. This moment is very, you know, breathtaking to hear these young people being so passionate. I mean, the closing statement of Leader 5. I mean, this is something that can capture the imagination of the country, can capture the imagination of the world that she speaks about. But at the same time, Leader 6 as well, the practicality of how he approaches issues, you know. So I just want to say from our side, it was a great episode. All the best to the two of you. And I agree with you, Leader 5, it doesn't stop here. It continues. We want to see your own contribution to the betterment of this country.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Chair. Well, the lines are officially closed now, South Africa, and after the break, we will find out who will be crowned as this year's ultimate one-day leader. Salanat. Welcome back. You are still watching One Day Leader. South Africa, we are now a few moments away from making the big announcement of the evening. 3 months ago, our leaders arrived with the top 20 aspiring leaders from every corner of the country. But only one of our 2 finalists can walk away with the grand prize. But before we make that announcement, let's hear some parting words from our members in the audience. All right, I will speak to Bhekisisa. You were part of this season. You know what it's like to be behind that podium pleading for South Africa to hear you out. What are your parting words, very briefly, to our remaining finalists?
Yes, it was a nice debate. Brian, Z, on top of your game. I loved it. I was educated. My parting words for the show, it has been a great platform for me. I grew because I am a very rough diamond. Now I am about to be sharpened. So thank you very much to Mr. Mapasa, more importantly, for giving me the opportunity, and Mountaintop. Oh, Sizotumo, now I mention you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bhekisisa. We'll now go to Sakile. You were a part of season 5. Sakile wasem Duban. You've also been in the same position. Your parting words to our finalists.
I've actually been tracking the season from the first episode, and the growth is just breathtaking. You guys are truly, truly amazing. I just want to say that you are correct, it doesn't end here. I'm living testimony to that. I mean, I left the show last season, 4 job offers, started a business, so it really is just the beginning. Well done, guys.
Well, I think we should hear from one of the parents who are here tonight, actually. Let me talk to you, Ma. Just watching ingane yakho ila namhlanje, I'm pretty sure it warms your heart. I can see your eyes are starting to tear already. Yimaphi amazwi ongawashare nje nathi ngengane yakho?
Jeremiah 1 verse 5. uNkulunkulu mayebiza uJeremiah uthi ungakazalwa ngingakakubumbi esiswini. Ngakugcoba ngakwazi ngakubeka waba umprofeti ezizweni. I think when my child says I was born for this, it comes from deep within her, and I just think she's blessed and she's a blessing, and I think this is just the beginning. We're looking very far. She's going very far, and we are very proud of her. Coming from the rural Bundu land of KwaMhlabuyalingana, she has made us very proud.
All right, thank you very much, Ma. And now very quickly, our judges will give us their parting words. Chair, I'll start with you very briefly. Your parting words.
I think umama wakhulume wonke. We are very proud of the two of them. We are very proud of the top 6 for that matter, Sakile and others. And I want to say that the show itself, continue what you're doing. I think South Africa can learn a lot just by watching this particular show, and really to showcase the talent of our young South Africans. So from us as the NYDA, as I said earlier, this is a partnership that will continue for a very long time to come.
Thank you very much. Catherine, your parting words very quickly, please.
I'm so proud and honored to be part of a team that leaves a legacy of leaders such as you. Our future as South Africa is so beautiful because it's in the hands of young people like yourselves. Leadership is not about what you say, it's about what you do. And the world awaits your contribution. It has been a privilege to be a part of this journey, and well done to the great team behind the scenes that nobody gets to see each week.
Thank you very much. And to you, Tebogo, very quickly, your parting words.
I'm very proud of you. I think you guys are going to make great leaders. And my parting words for you is that leadership is not a position, because a position without action is meaningless. Leadership is the ability to take action that will inspire people to reach their full potential. So I think you should look at leadership collectively in how you're inspiring people on a daily basis in their spaces to make an impact and make tomorrow brighter for all.
Thank you very much, Tebogo. Give them a hand, please. Well, we now bring in our auditors from PricewaterhouseCoopers. They have the results. I have the envelope. Well, South Africa, I have the envelope with me in my hand. Are you sure that all the votes were tallied and this is indeed our winner?
Yes, I am.
I'm getting goosebumps, so I actually don't think I can do this. Mr. Mtweni, I'll have to ask you to come up and do the honors. So let's do this. All right, for the debate vote, this is the leader that took it.
Leader number 5.
The studio vote went to?
Leader number 6.
And you at home are responsible for this one. You have seen our leaders from episode 1 through to today. You have supported them, you have tweeted them, you have rallied behind them. You've truly shown them your support. Your vote is the deciding vote for tonight. Your season 6 South Africa is?
I hope I won't be Steve Harvey. It's leader number 6.
Well, that is all for tonight's show. Thanks to everyone who joined us today, our finalists, our judges, our audience, and of course to you at home. To close off the show tonight, we play out with Double HP's video to the song Basopa. From myself, Upel Shongwe, Umtimanze, Ubambo Lunye, Tingaba Timbilte Kabonyoko, Kopoza Manzis Momota, Bandvula Bate, Makeza Ngelbisi Mantatleti, Unkukuzialima Machola Yashakula. Till next season, South Africa, good night.
By any means necessary, according to the Freedom Charter on Getavari, saying the same from Jan to January. Tell a nigga chill, make me start to worry. Rebata di pane, no. Rebata madada, no.